First of all, a recap from C2, you need to know your log laws. So log of AB equals log of A plus log of B. Log of A divided by B is log A minus log B. And then the power law that log of A to the power of n equals n log A. And you also need to know how to change from index notation to log notation. So this is the base and this is the power. So that's the base to the power gives you A. Fractions from C1 and C2. If you're adding and subtracting, remember that the key is to get a common denominator. If you're multiplying, you multiply the numerators together, you multiply the denominators together. And if you're dividing, you need to flip the second fraction over and multiply. Make sure you remember those. Cancelling down fractions, and we're looking at algebraic fractions here. So if I've got something like this, x squared minus x minus 6 divided by 2x squared plus 5x plus 2, it's very tempting indeed to cancel, say, the 6 with the 2 to give you 3. But that is absolutely wrong and incorrect. You can only cancel fractions with common factors. So if we rewrite that, we've got x squared minus x minus 6 over 2x squared plus 5x plus 2. In order to cancel that, I need to have it factorised version. And as a rule of thumb, if you're working with quadratics, always try and look for the factorised form. So if I factorise that, I get x and x, 3 and a 2. So I get that as the numerator. The denominator, when I factorise it, will give me 2x plus 1 and x plus 2. And now I can cancel because I've got a factor of x plus 2 underneath and on top. And then I can write x minus 3 over 2x plus 1. So factorising, cancelling fractions, the key thing when you're cancelling fractions is to make sure that you factorise first and then look for common factors. You'll also need to recap the factor theorem and the remainder theorem. So the factor theorem, if f of a is a factor, if f of a is equal to 0, f of a is equal to 0, then x minus a is a factor. And the remainder theorem, which you need to be able to use, and the remainder theorem says that if f of a is equal to r, then r is the remainder. R is the remainder when f of x is divided by x minus a. X minus a. So you need to learn both the factor theorem and the remainder theorem.